Okay, welcome back. So the summer holidays are just about coming to a close. This is going to be a video for returning Year 11 and Year 10 students, mostly really for Year 11 students who will be preparing for their GCSEs this year. Obviously it might seem a bit strange to be talking about it now, but you've got to get back into the swing of it. So I thought I'd do just initially a brief series on some of the easier questions on what will be the GCSE higher paper. On to the question that I wanted to look at today. And there's a bit of a formula page there. You've got a few little questions to begin with, and then actually the question that we're going to have a look at is this question to do with percentages. Now, bearing in mind that this is a calculator paper, I will be teaching you a certain way because of course you've got the use of your calculator. If this had been a non-calculator paper, I would be looking for a different technique to work out percentages, and we may come back to that and have a look at that if we find some suitable questions on the non-calculator paper. But this is a calculator paper, so let's have a look at how we're going to work this out. Now before we get started with the question, the basic skill is finding a percentage. So I'm actually just going to create a little red box here, and in this little red box we're going to do just a practice question, finding a percentage. So I'm going to write the question in now. Okay, so there's two ways to do this, and quite often teachers will tell you that 30% is 30 over 100, so you'd write into the calculator 30 over 100, and then you just multiply it by 400. That's fine, but really there's a shortcut on that, because 30 over 100 is just 0.3. And if you had 20% it would be 0.2, and if you had 8% it would be 0.08. If you had 80% it would be 0.8. So rather than just writing 30 divided by 100 on the calculator, as long as you can sort of visualize that as a decimal, it's quicker just to go 0.3 times 400. And that's pretty much how you're going to find a percentage. Okay, so with that basic skill, now let's go and have a look at the question. So in the question it says he pays for 3 tyres and gets 1 tyre free. Now he needs to buy 4 tyres for his car. So the tyres cost £65 each plus VAT at 20%. Work out how much in total John pays for the tyres. So we do know that he is going to buy 3. That will give him the required 4 that he wants. So the first thing we're going to be working out is 3 times 65, because each is £65. So 3 times 65. And if you run that through your calculator, you find that that comes to 195. You just type 3 times 65. Now that's the cost of each tyre, but don't forget that each of them is subject to 20% VAT. Now we don't need to work out VAT on each of them and then times it by 3. We can just take the total price, which is 195 for the tyres, and find 20% of that. Now remember, from up here we can call 20% 0.2. So 0.2 multiplied by the purchase that we made, which was 195, and if you run that through your calculators you'll get £39. And then all we've got to do is to add up our 195 and our £39. This represents the purchase of the 3 tyres, this represents the value added tax, or the tax, and in total that will come to £234. And there we have it. That's a fairly simple little percentage question, but a number of different parts to it, and pretty good. It yielded 4 marks.